Thank you guys.
You got Dono walled live.
I did.
That's crazy. Why they won is that Canadian actually had a really big performance for Shopify Rebellion. Three maps have in common is their size. Cafe maybe not as quite as horizontal as Bank and Lair, but Ambi already sneaking in on the Nook. A pick on the Alamau. Spoit, a very fast follow-up, and we mentioned how quickly both of these teams can be, and we've already got 3 kills. It hasn't even been a minute.
Ambi spotting a gap on that Nook.
On where Shopify Rebellion start to play. Remember, not all of open area is destructible from above. Doki hears this player on the rappel. In comes Rexin, and it is an easy pickup for the Solus. Just before that, though, Canadian finds himself on the board, actually finishing, I believe, the down from Ambi, as now the Nook is on the floor, too. Serve inside the bomb site, gets quickly felled by the Wonder Kid. Now a 2 versus 2, as Ambi has been revived by...
Exactly as well, with still plenty of time to potentially attempt this plant, but again, Stompin's ready. He could maybe land this Nitro Cell to save the round.
He doesn't have it prepped just yet, but Ambi finds Doki on that Teller's flank. 3 for him, the drop comes in, Stompin misses the shots, and now Canadian is in a position to plant with Ambi to cover. Down goes the diffuser. Halfway through now, Stompin likely does not have an angle to use his C4. He knows this is going to come down to the gunfights. Plant now completed. Ambi and Canadian can start to back off. You see the Nook already retreating, leaving his IGL to try and fend for himself so that the Nook can take the advantage upstairs, and Canadian even gets out. And now this is a difficult proposition for Stompin. He sees the case, but he knows the hatch is open. This should be a losing round. It is an easy cleanup for Ambi. Shopify Rebellion star rookie starts the...
Speaking of that info, another gap potentially for Shopify as Rexin's already deep in garage, and Ambi a second entry kill in a row through this series.
And Ambi just narrowly misses the rotate. Attempted re-engage from Doki as he attempts to bait out the angle with the impact. Ambi, though, expects it! Another kill for the Snake.
To live off of this roam, to waste as much time as possible. They've only got the smoke to play in for sight. They have to take these gunfights and win them, but Rebellion remain gun up and now have a 3-man lead.
Stompin trying to work a pick marble stairs, will get forced back by the nade. Flashbangs coming out as well, forcing him back to main stairs. Almost gets caught by the player there. That's Spoit on the shotgun. Rexin cuts 2 down. His lurk from garage works for 2 picks. It's flawlessly done by the Rebellion.
The patience there from Rexin, waiting for his team to walk down marble. G2 had no idea what just hit them, closing the round flawlessly, and an early timeout for G2 to close this.
Like I want to change our gameplay here, okay? I want every defense now from now on, we stay more compact. So like we go CO, like we have one in the second floor. Then like we're gonna ban the capital, okay? We're gonna ban the capital. Then I'm gonna play server. We're gonna play like server stairs. I'm gonna play wrong, okay? We're gonna play like deep server stairs with float for my for himself, okay? Cap his muscle like they have notes, and you was that like guarding for the Ing and call the echo the blitz.
So I'm gonna die server stairs or fall back?
Die server stairs now. Okay, so like let's play more compact now. See you.
You're gonna play the Azam if it's open?
And then like use the mira out for open area if it's open like how.
Yeah, okay.
Let's go guys, come on guys, let's go. Come on, time to game let's go boys.
That's very bad. The Azam or for side? For base?
Open area, open area.
Okay. Yeah.
Now,
To be gone.
Surf taking out the Solus is huge. Doki no longer with the Solus. They can no longer rotate down below to have free info on the plant, but as Surf tries to enter the building, he's cut down by Benja. Instantly traded by Spoit. Here's the lure from Ambi. Successful on the Shaiko. A 4-2 lead for Shopify Rebellion. Here's the blitz close on the smoke. Alamau can do nothing, and it's all up to Stompin on the clash. He takes down Ambi, but Spoit still outside, cuts him down. It's 3 in a row.
Habana to assist, applying pressure in from those sight windows, and can
close and personal. The flash will have no effect. Stompin trying to play this aggressively again to keep them at bay. Here comes the blitz. It's a double swing. And for the 4th round in a row, the Rebellion start with the opening pick.
And getting rid of the Warden, someone who is so expected to waste time on this staircase with still a minute 30 to work with, is massive. You've got multiple frag grenades, multiple picks once again, as Spoit through the hatch gets rid of Benja. He wasn't expecting.
In comes Canadian, blinded by the Dread Mine, at least for now. He's worried about a potential crossfire. Doki does go down to Surf. It's a 5 versus 2. It's a 5 versus 1. Alamau with 1 kill, but he can do no more.
You give them angles for G2, where they play a trade, and Canadian already dropping down. Is he just in the site, Harrison?
He sees how much there is on the roam and just tries to drop in. Stompin for the first time this match gives G2 the opening pick, but he's very quickly punished for it. Canadian is just looking for an angle to plant as his players upstairs start to fall. Rexen, though, with 2 underneath the open hatch goes big, very quickly traded by Benja. Surf now finds himself alone, but we know how clutch he can be, especially on this operator, but Benja Master puts G2 on his back and on the board. Drop in from Rebellion. Canadian, though, shooting the fire extinguisher, looks to get deep in, finds Stomp in, but loses the fight as Doki comes in for assistance. Another opening pick here for G2 in the last 30 seconds of the round. Alamau traded back. The drop in from Rexen not working. Everyone on the Rebellion falling. It's all up to Ambi with such little time remaining in a 1 versus 3. Stuck outside the bomb site, lands a nasty shot against Shaiko, and has information on the player sitting in red, but 12 seconds remain, and G2 know that as long as they just separate, there's no way that Ambi can get both of these kills. Looking for one, can't light up Benja Master quite enough. Down goes Stompin', but the time bleeds dry.
And G2, not the half they wanted, but 2 and 4, better than what could have been a near flawless half for Shopify Rebellion. I love the discipline in that last round by G2. We're going to hear from both the coaches now as the 6th round has ended to see what they have to say.
Map, right? Like they're playing so fast, like they're playing confidence against us, like they always did. Remember, Carl? So like I think like if you want like if you go for overtime, for example, like we can like even like run again like the Turtles, but like with someone like trying to hide or something like this, you know, because I'm pretty sure, bro, like they just like Solid snake all the map, you know.
And
but remember, like if you go again, like let's use the ward in the Solids, okay? So like next round we have everything to cover. Okay. Okay. And for that attack, remember, like with the Bonacade, the Clash, so like expect like they can like fight server, like with the Azami.
Yeah. I think the attack is fine, bro. I think we can come back to like for defense. We're gonna need somebody to play Garage. I think it's Benja, right? If Doki plays Solid Gold.
Doki plays Solid Gold, Benja can play like DMR Garage, like Aruni or Goya. Okay.
Yeah, and then we have like Zach playing the Warden, gun up, yeah.
Okay. And like bro, for open area, like they probably gonna like either like explore the gap spiral again, and then like if you Benja Trump, like Benja can be more aware of this like thing like elevator
with the shield like, and like a lurk garage. Those are the only 2. The other guys were like potentially taking map. For the server, they can also just do a 3-man server take with a Thatcher. Remember, for basement, Benja always likes to drop E1, so we need to make sure we constantly have eyes on that, okay?
Yeah, I'll be
for open, the big thing I want to remind us about is that knock. They love to walk the knock lobby, especially up red, so make sure we're looking for that. They also have to play with the double shield, where Blackbeard and Shaiko will be stock. They'll run in top square with the blitz. Doki will be with him with Lion, and they'll have one on the repels. They also have that. That's open. Okay. They also have the like go up blue, ace open triple wall, look to walk there. Like that's kind of like more of a default. Remember for that one they double push lobby to try to take archive tellers. For CEO, remember they like to hib E3. They'll bring the EMP, so we want to make sure we run the tube to keep that shut.
Doesn't matter which reverse.
Might try to go for a nitro cell. He'll land it, and it goes off, but of course no one's playing close by. Doki's already fallen down to Marble, waiting for him to rotate. Perfect adjustment made from G2.
And off of that, Ambi tries to get the trade. It is now Ambi kind of on the main stairs. There's really no one directly on site. Surf trying to swing out from blue. He catches Doki, but there's an immediate trade from Stompin' as G2 are starting to get fired up.
And the IQ for the smoke here in value, I feel.
Stairs, utility starting to come out from Shaiko too. Softwall is going to give Alamau the long angle to help protect his planter and even maybe shoot the C4 from Ambi, but Ambi just goes big with the kill onto Shaiko. He's inside gold, again playing for that C4, but it gets stuck, and off of it, Alamau tries to shoot it, and Ambi's good for 3! Is that an IQ simply to recover it and start to gas out spiral stairs? Of course, if that Finka boost goes off, you'll take even more damage from the gas canister. Speaking of damage, Ambi's already been let up, but he gets the opening pick onto Benja Master. He is feeling it. Rexen catches Doki trying to jump into Banana. The Monty is just trying to ADS this guy, and he loses the fight. Stompin' and Shaiko, the last 2 members of Rexen! Wow. Are you kidding me? He's even confused about how he just hit that shot. And now Stompin' stuck in a 1 versus 5, wondering what the hell just happened to his team in less than half the round. Oh!
And Shopify adding in setup looking to deal with this position. Are they just going to try to rush in? Dokkaebi goes for a Hail Mary, or Doki goes in for a Hail Mary by mistake, and Ambi's there to greet him with 2 shots to the chest. And once again, Rebellion.
Other than just have an ARX. Into the site goes Alamau. He's got to worry about this player and Janitor. Bailiff comes out. Rexen doesn't expect it, but Ambi got his teammates back. Surf another kill. Ambi only needs 1 more for the 20 bomb. I can't believe it. I mean, he can't feel any pressure at all right now. He is going absolutely massive.
Playing behind a reinforced wall, nothing much that Stompin can do except try to throw another flash to deal with him! Are you kidding me? Ambi! Closing out the map with 21 massive frags! If you blinked, you missed it! But we just saw Shopify dominate G2 in just 9 rounds of ban.
Doki, before this match started, you said you have the best 3 players in the world on your team.
Yeah.
How are you going to prove that on map 2?
Well, I still believe it. Ambi just had one of those games. One of those games, bro. One of those games. That was an insane performance, to be honest. Not much we can do. We lost to Ambi. We didn't lose Shopify, so hopefully we can play Shopify next map and not just Ambi, maybe.
Well, a second you just leaned over my shoulder and you told Ambi this is the craziest map you've seen from anyone in your life. How do you stop him on map 2?
21-1. It's crazy, right? So whatever. You have to just ignore it and just go next. Nothing to do. Nothing to be done. So yeah.
21 kills in 9 rounds. This crowd is behind you. How did you pull this one off?
I mean, just everything I'm doing is working, and I'm gonna feel bad for the next map.
And we have to know, the Valkyrie C4 toss, was that a bait on purpose or did you just miss it?
I missed it. I missed it. I just missed it.
Well, a happy accident. Thank you, Ambi.
To be sitting pretty.
I mean, all of the information that they brought from the operators to their drone, so many of the kills that Ambi was able to get, information was all over the map. So at the end of the day, Ambi's the spearhead, but there was setup around him. The team is working correctly.
Absolutely.
And when
This map now, knowing that Ambi just had one of the greatest performances Siege. You swing someone, you know Ambi plays, you got to be thinking in the back of your mind, okay, this might be Ambi. I might get slammed.
Really loud sound effect giving away. There's a rush to be had from site. Again, before you can make that commitment towards the objective, you got to focus on working these picks upstairs, getting that map control with the verticality, and Stompin. A well-needed entry for his team. That's now Rexen gone from white. Shaiko will look to take this space almost immediately, and they're going to go for a side rush here, looks like Harrison.
In comes the repel, but Canadian wins the fight against Alamau to drop the striker. In comes Benja, and Canadian is good for 2, dropping the case in the middle of the bomb site. Surf caught by Doki.
To stop this roam clear, Ambi goes for an aggressive play, but Doki's there to punish. Great patience for the Brava. Keep this man advantage, but more importantly, Harrison, with Canadian winning those 2 fights earlier in this round, they've got case control, but he's not good for 3.
Stompin able to eat up those shots from the Vector, survive with 1 HP, down through the wall by Spoit though. Can he give a hero play to Shopify Rebellion? All he's got to do is find Doki in this hallway, but the plant goes down in the meantime. Pistol out, Spoit can't land the shots, and Doki goes huge to put G2 on the board first.
Of a sledge in this round, whereas Rebellion, they also are looking to have a very similar lineup as well. That C4 almost getting an early pick for Surf, and now he'll be hunted down as G2 land a perfect nade on his teammate. There's the response from Surf, but Doki gets 2 to keep this man advantage, but it's tied almost immediately by Rexen as he falls off.
The desk said before we started this match that he wants to drop. We know how much he likes to lurk. I believe he heard Rexen on his runaway, but Rexen instead, I think, just one-taps the hell out of Alamau. C4 up from Canadian does not land, but now trapped in the Banshee is Benja. He's got case, planting in default. The coverage from upstairs from Shaiko, though, is not quite good enough. Rexen steps up for Shopify Rebellion and puts Shaiko, the lone Frenchman, on G2 in a 1 versus 3. 24 seconds remaining. He's got information on the player on white stairs. That's Canadian, who's got the shotgun out. Up he goes. Shaiko cleans him up. 2 more to find now. Ambi and Rexen, though, far afield. Shaiko getting a little bit slowed down. Almost catches Ambi, completely unaware. And now Rexen's the last man standing. More information is available for Shaiko, but Rexen is just quite not close enough. What little was remaining from Benja's health.
And there's still plenty of info for the Rebellion as well. Shaiko detected from red. The air jab to try to assist him. Rexin now good for another as G2 try to barrel their way from brown stairs, but there's so many angles to contest them. 2 versus 5 for the Rebellion as they remain strong downstairs.
Alamau stuck outside reception. Shaiko on the other side of the map now coming down red. Canadian behind the shield cuts down the IGL for G2 and Shaiko finds himself alone. Down goes Spoit. But there's still 4 more for him to find, and look at this! There's a long-range totem pole from Shopify Rebellion as they hold on the carpet with all 4 bodies. Shaiko, I don't know how the hell you're gonna win this, man. You might be one of the best players ever, but Shopify Rebellion are trying to make damn sure you can't get down these stairs.
Advantage. The rest of the Rebellion having tons of information on G2's attack, primarily focusing on VIP, so they readjust their positions to hold crossfires, work off of that clash shield, and another timeout is called early for G2.
Look, let's fucking wake up, bro. Again, we have 3v3. We are not talking what we need. Respect. Let's bait the plant. Let's try to pick them. If you don't have no words, let's try to do something together. We're just one by one getting picked. Again, I need you guys reset. Think properly. The late sounds. And also they begin of their own problems. They have Valk, okay, but doesn't matter. Let's do the verse there. Let's put a drone, see if they have C4 below. Yeah. Open the hedges. Let's a solution the problems, not avoid the problems, guys. We are better than that, guys. And you guys know that. We're not playing our game. Let's fucking go, guys. Wake up, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go, guys. Let's go, go.
Putting up the walls of B, back on the Ash, the operator that he first became known for in all those console montages, and Doki with the opening pick cuts down Ambi. Alamau already going for the plant, and there is nothing that the Rebellion can do to stop it. I say that, but then Rexin comes in from the hallway, shuts down both Doki and Alamau, drops the case just as it was about to go down. Spoit on his rotate down Brown, caught by Shaiko, a man lead now for G2 as it's all up to Surf.
Beautiful work, lurk as well from Stompin to make it this 3 versus 1. Surf on the fadeaway kills Benja. I can't believe this, Harrison. It's now a 1v2, and Stompin has case control. There's info on the player above from New, but Shaiko! Drone giving away that he's downed as well. Only a matter of time before G2 go hunting. The Twitch drone to finish off Spoit. You don't see that one every day, Harrison. Officially taking the lead and detecting Rexin on 2 Brown, and it baited him! He was looking to shoot the Twitch drone and just dies to Shaiko. Now G2 have the lead by 3 bodies.
I thought it was just funny, but it was big brain. And now G2 have a 3-man lead. Ambi, it's need to work some bank magic to try and pull themselves out of this one. Canadian out fragging him right now is not what you want to see, and in comes Alamau to deal with the IGL. Ambi, last man standing, doesn't know about the drop from Benja. G2 are back in this game with a flawless round. Shopify Rebellion inside the site itself, everyone else just next to it, and there's the double swing from Clash. Ambi takes down Doki as the shock from the shield. Clash to peak. Ambi could come in to support. There's so many bodies trying to hunt down Stompin. Canadian can't do it though. Alamau cleans him up with the asphyxiating bolt. And now G2 have started to cement their place in the bomb site through Freezer. Alamau crouching in, gets in behind bunker. Here comes Surf with the peak though. Shuts down the case carrier and is good for 2. Stompin now the last man standing in a 1 versus 4. As Rexin and Surf once again put this team on their back.
The overtime again, I think the overtime, they were probably gonna run kitchen again, okay? So I have 2 options for you. Speed up, don't play safe and wide, keep it on the clear, and the plants actually gonna work, but you actually also need open the hell angles, so go down to the hell angles, okay? Or we just do make it push with the monte, open the prep wall, and someone
the clash is gonna go there.
No, the clash is not gonna go there because we have also the vert. If you do that, you should play the monte, Doki should play the monte, and the other one play the vert with prevention, okay? So you need the vert to avoid the clash retake there. So she can't play a prep, she can't retake the kitchen rotate, and then we have the monte push kitchen because they have better bombs just like you am either. Okay, so they don't have traps, they have nothing. And what the difference? Remember what I spoke about, okay? If the filter is not working, let's run 5 traps on them, let's close the other windows, try put the pace in the game, not let it play fast on us, okay?
Okay.
Yep.
What you want to do first?
Rain time? I mean, it's only 3 times already. I think we started the rain
That guy,
time.
but like the hall was clear, just like a Goyo for him to pop. For mining, they again bunkered top, they reinforced off the back wall, they played a mute there. Thorn was playing Skylight, so beware. Doki is always going to be starting like Skylight or Shaiko area. Pulse was in Train and Dining. Cade is also playing in that area. Mozzie's red. Shaiko loves to play like the Mozzie red. If we're looking for white gaps, I want you to be careful because Alamau, and I think Pulse could be a third ban if you want to go for that too.
Seth, I want to do, instead of the Azami, I want to do Soulless. Because that was banned in that match, and I'm pretty sure they spam run it.
Okay,
I think
that's fine.
that's what what's his name does instead. I think that's what Shaiko does.
That's fine. Okay, so again, if we're looking for those white gaps, I just want you to be careful because Alamau likes to sit and like Dining and basically pulse down onto white and like the hall there. So just be aware of that. For mining, again, Benja just likes to, again, place under with C4, and again, they're going to play under Skylight, Shaiko, like it's very default setups, we just make sure we're prepared for reaction.
G2, Ramalho warning his players about the shield play from Shopify Rebellion, trying to hammer the point home that they need to be holding vert. They need to play traps. Again, with how fast Shopify Rebellion like to be, if G2 force them through a maze of utility, it will be sure to slow them down. On the other side, Shopify Rebellion banning out the Soulless. We heard Canadian say that instead of the Azami, he wanted to take her out instead because G2 do run this operator a lot. They even contemplated banning the Pulse too. And are we going to see 2 more information bans? Not really.
Maybe to challenge Shaiko, but he gets past 2 separate angles, keeping his life alive for just an extra second, narrowly dodging those positions to keep us at a 5 versus 5. But again, all this pressure upstairs is making it such a nightmare to play directly in Train.
35 seconds left, though, and G2 are still 5 strong. This is going to be a difficult execute for Shopify Rebellion. Surf gets the first kill on Adoki, but Spoid is immediately traded back as Benjamaster lines up 2. A man advantage now for G2. Alamau also in kitchen playing for the C4. A 1-for-1 trade goes out. Rexen evading the Nitro Cell. It's just him and Ambi against 3, spotting the Legion, taking him down. 10 seconds left, and someone's got to pick up the case and start planting. Now it's a 1v2 for Alamau, and he's not playing for the vert. He's going to try and retake up white. Ambi covering Rexen as the plant goes down, and now both attackers can start to fall back, but they'll play the aggressive position, just holding this cross here. Pistol in hand, not good for Alamau, and Shopify Rebellion take the lead.
Only time will tell. The RRU to try and keep these Selmas intact will still be destroyed as you can shoot through them. Alamau for the first entry of round number 8. Down goes the ace, but at least those Selmas got deployed to open up the prep wall, to open up the single wall from Small Bake looking into Large Bakery. Still angles for trades, and that's what Rebellion finds. Ambi on this lurk from Garage shuts down Benja, but those Vulcan packs still deployed during the prep phase will provide value in that final minute marker as the Rebellion, based off their lineups, they really want to emphasize getting in Bakery, but G2 are doing such a great job at denying them.
Shaiko and Doki both holding onto this. Split off from the rest. Ambi now repositioning over towards Small Bake. Rexen joining Canadian back at Bakery door. C4 goes out though, and it is perfect from Doki. Ambi with a quick trade, but still a 1-man advantage for G2. The Rebellion were able to fight out of a 2-3 disadvantage just last round. Can they do it again as Ambi is forced to take out this Gumai, but he fates Shaiko perfectly. And Ambi's good for 3 kills. He and Rexen have been so damn good. And now G2 might be sweating a little bit.
2 versus 2 against the biggest fraggers of the Rebellion right now. And 50 seconds left for intel. And look at the utility left from Rebellion. They've got 2 smoke bolts and pocket EMPs to deny some of that utility. But Alamau, a well-timed swing gets rid of Ambi, and now it's just Rexen in a 1 versus 1.
But he takes down Stompin. Does he have any information on the Aruni's position? She has since worked her way up towards Small Bake. Rexen may be aware of this. He's peeking the right angle, rotates his way into sight. Lit up to 1 HP, but Alamau is better in this one. The IGL ties the game for G2.
Working more angles. The Boogie Drone deployed as well, opening up reading room. It looks to be the main execute point for the Rebellion, as they now have the angles to cover this plant and the main advantage off Canadian this round. Stompin' gone as well. This could be a seamless attack from Rebellion so long as they keep that main advantage. The trade by Spoid finally entering the lobby. This map leaves just Alamau a similar position alone as Pulse.
Canadian 2 kills on that entry, and Spoit waking up. Good for yet another kill. 3 kills for Spoit. We talked about it just the round prior.
Gridlock tracks providing so much info throughout the round and closing it as Alamau is still a man up, not dying to Alamau under the red hatch, and Surf on a gap hit, maybe walking down through white. He could try to trade Stomp in here as he's now stuck on the open doorway, and he has to take this fight to recover Case.
Here comes the rotate from Wamai, but Surf misses his opportunity. The repeat, though, successful. Surf hits the bag, knowing that his team is just 3 kills away from being on match point. Hacking the cams, giving his team even more information. Should there be defaults up, should there be BPs, Rebellion will have it all as Spoit gets yet another kill. Dokkaebi feeling the pressure up white, shotguns down the Dokkaebi. Now only a 1-man lead for the Rebellion. With 45 seconds left, though, they have plenty of time to play with.
And now Alamau looking to assist his teammate of Dokkaebi. Looks for the fight and wins it. Are you kidding me? The shot of a lifetime to keep G2's hopes on Cafe alive. Tying us 2 versus 2, but it's Spoit and Rexen. Double digits for the A. Shotgun out here for Spoit. He's gonna win this, and he won't. It's just Rexen now, and he meets the same fate from Alamau. 5-5 as G2 deny series point for the Rebellion. Until his teammates can get into Bakery, Canadian will lead discharge on Blitz. Some damage dealt from the rotate, but now they've got control of it, pushing through prep. Can G2 slow down this attack?
Canadian is pushed deep in prep, and it's enough to flush out Stomp him, but as he tries to jump through the window, Alamau cuts him down. The 2 DMRs from G2 even the odds against the Rebellion. Now 3-on-3. More smokes come out. Surf gets smoked by Alamau on the pixel. The IGL on G2 is trying desperately to keep his team in this game and not allow the Rebellion. Gathering information, he spots Rexen for a moment, calls it to his Azami. More missed shots from both sides. So much wasted time from Shopify Rebellion. 30 seconds left. They try to get aggressive, though. Spoit works the pick over by the carpet head holes, and now we're on 2 versus 2. Rexen, though, no spot to plant just yet. He's so worried about those head holes. Spoit forced to board back out of the bomb site. Rexen pushing deep, behind the bomb chassis, halfway through. Alamau worried about the player's small bake. Is there any chance for them to deny? No, Spoit takes off the head of Benjamaster, and now Alamau's left with it all to do. Lit up to 1 HP. The Rebellion, they can almost taste it. 1 bullet will put Alamau in the grave, and the Saruni sooner or later will be forced to push into the waiting arms of the attack. 20 seconds remaining to get both these kills and hop on the case. Rexen sitting so passive in prep. Spoit just waiting to play off his teammates' contact. They are playing this with 0 mistakes. Even Rexen able to get out of the bomb site. There is no chance for Alamau. 8 seconds left, 7 seconds left. He's forced on the stick, and the Rebellion are 1 away from top 4.
To not have the plant be as unsuccessful.
Canadian getting his way into Kochek, pressuring this Azami. Shaiko looking to take the fight, but loses it to the old man.
Kochek control makes this site so challenging. That's why Alamau wants to recontest. But there's now backup. He punches Canadian in the rear, but it's still traded out for Rebellion. You lose your Blackbeard.
He hears the Dokkaebi call. He hears Doki inside Bakery. There's the push up from the shotgun, though, from Stomp, and he misses the shot! Surf with a well-deserved teabag! Looking for the second, he gets it! It's all down to Benja in a 1 versus 3! Shopify Rebellion! Rebel against expectations! Rebel against history! And for the first time, crack it into the Final Four!
And we asked if lightning could strike twice here in Utah for the Rebellion against one of the best teams in Europe. It most certainly will today. We'll see you in top 4, Shopify. Congrats on the win. And G2, better luck next time for them. They were one of the best teams coming out of Swiss stage, but they're sent home early today. Harrison, unlike map 1, everybody was firing on all cylinders today in map 2.
And that guarantees with DZ Wildcard later today, we will have 2 NA teams in the semi-final bracket. What a game from Shopify Rebellion, who now, since EWC last year, are 5-0 in maps against G2.
And with that being said, Harrison, I cannot wait to hear what Shopify have to say about this post-match series, and we won't have to wait any longer. It's Ian talking to Spoy.
Hey, Salt Lake City. Rebellion are in the semi-finals. Spoy, it's been a long time since you've been in the top 4. Last time was way back in Berlin. We all know what happened there. How proud are you to be right back in the mix at the top again?
It feels great to be back, you know, with a great team. Ambi played lights out today, and I'm just so happy to see everyone in the crowd here. You guys are amazing. Thank you.
Spoy, recently you, I guess, addressed some of the haters online who maybe are questioning your ability. Do you feel like this is another dagger to the doubters out there?
I mean, they love to just, you know, I'm just doing my thing, and, you know, the haters are always a part of it. You know, people thought we were like the worst team for some reason just after like 1 week, and now we are here in top 4 of the majors, so I'm just happy. Just very grateful. Thank you.
You've already mentioned the crowd support. You're going to have a ton of it tomorrow in the semi-finals. You're going up against Twisted Mind, undefeated here. What do you make of them?
We're going to beat them, of course. They haven't played Shopify yet.
I love that. Spike, congratulations. I'll let you go and join the rest of your team. One more time for your semi-finalists in Shopify Rebellion. For now, we're going to go to a quick break, and when we come back, we've got an all-American, North American desk for you. Jonah is jumping in the hot seat. See you soon.